everybody, and welcome to episode number 13 of the Game Nights audio podcast. I am Swag. I'm fresh back from E3, and of course, this week I am joined by K-Wing, and as a bonus, we also have K-Wife with us. Say hello, guys.
Yeah. Hey everyone, it's K-Wife. Glad to be on the show.
Yay! Now, we always get requests, actually, for you, K-Wife. We always say, when's K-Wife going to be on the show? We want more girls on the show.
Really?
Yeah.
Yay. I'm excited.
Yes.
I'm so excited.
And
I'm smiling from ear to ear.
Woohoo! Girl power!
Yeah.
So, I have to apologize right off the bat, guys, that the podcast is coming so late this week. The original plan was that we were going to do the podcast. I was going to do it from E3 this week down in LA, but it just turned out to be so incredibly hectic and crazy, and we were just running around doing, all these demos and interviews and everything. We just didn't get a chance to do it. So, we're doing it now. So, but now we can actually kind of just do a recap of the week. I can talk about the stuff that I saw when I was there. I know K-Wing, you and K-Wife have been watching some of the stuff that's been going on. Like you guys watched the Nintendo press conference.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right, so this is going to be kind of a more... This is not a traditional episode here where we're going to do news, reviews, stuff we're talking about, and all that kind of stuff. We're mostly going to be talking about E3 here, and we're just going to be talking about all the stuff that we saw, and the games we played, and all that good stuff. So why don't we just go ahead, and we will jump right into it. Let's start off with, some of the biggest news that came out of the week in the Nintendo press conference. Now, unfortunately, I was not able to attend it. Fortunately, our friend Chris Boers, Irate Gamer, he was there, and he covered the event for us. But I was not able to be there personally. But I know you guys watched it live. So what did you guys think?
Definitely.
What did you guys think of the Nintendo press conference? What were some of the things that stood out for you?
They did the Wii Sports Resort thing again, just like last year.
Right.
So they're opening. I don't think I have anything against the new VP. I didn't really like her last year. She didn't really embarrass herself like she did last year, but she just doesn't really seem to get what's going on.
That's that lady in the white suit, right?
Yeah, the lady they had before.
I liked her suit. It was awesome.
Yeah, the suit was okay. the lady they had before, I think her name was Perrin. She was really good at getting the audience attention and hyping up the products.
Uh-huh.
This other lady just seems that she's talking about it and she doesn't really know what she's saying. So that part of the conference was boring. And then when Reggie came out, he got the audience attention. Reginator, yeah. And he talked about the different games and stuff like that. And, they did another on-stage demonstration with Wii Sports Resort.
Right.
With Reggie doing the basketball thing. And what made me nervous when they were doing this is Reggie was talking, oh, by the way, if you guys make any mistakes, like when you're free-throwing, it's all your fault because it picks it up like you're really doing it. And I'm watching this, and it's like, oh, man, I was not a good athlete in high school. So
You're talking about with the Wii Motion Plus.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, they were bending the knees and they were jumping up and doing the three throws like they were really throwing the ball.
Mm-hmm.
They were getting the groove going to, get it through the net and stuff like that. And I'm just not really good at real sport.
Well, I'll interrupt. I'm sorry, just really quick, Kayla. I just want to interrupt.
Okay.
We did an interview with a guy at the Nintendo booth. His name is Kit Ellis, and you don't have to jump when you're doing the basketball thing. Just so you know, K-Wing, you don't actually have to physically jump in the air in order to make those shots. You can keep your feet planted on the ground. I'm sorry, K-Wife. What were you going to say?
Probably can. Oh, I was going to say, Swag, that K-Wing and I watched the show together, but we had really different opinions of it. K-Wing was kind of like unimpressed. He didn't think everything was as great as last year.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I watched it last year. I thought it was great. I was like, woohoo, all this new stuff like the Wii Motion Plus and like the especially the Wii Fit, that thing where you can like put a playlist of the different things you want to do on the Wii Fit. I thought that was pretty awesome. I thought that was rocking.
Excellent.
Awesome.
And so some of the other things announced were new Super Mario Brothers for Wii.
Yes.
And that's one of the ones we had a chance to check out. And we actually, there's a video on Got Game right now of Irate Gamer playing new Super Mario Brothers for Wii, and he gives us 2 cents. He liked the game, and I think it looks actually really interesting. It looks, it's a real throwback to the old, Super Mario Brothers, and again, as Nintendo's trying to be the master of casual gaming, it looks like a really fun game that anyone can just really kind of pick up and play.
Yeah, except for the music, but I wish they would have put the orchestrated music in again, but...
He's not talking about Mario Galaxy 2.
No, I'm not talking about Mario Galaxy 2. I'm talking about new Super Mario Brothers, the 2D side-scroller where you can play with up to 4 people.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. They have the new suit and stuff. Okay, now I get it. Okay.
Right, and then one of the things that I also thought was interesting about that game, so even though... even if you're playing with 4 people and say you're playing with grandma or something like that, and she's having a real difficult time with one of the parts, you can actually pick up the other characters and carry them. So
that's awesome.
Right. So if somebody's having a particularly difficult time trying to get past something, you can just pick them up, do that, essentially do it for them. It's almost kind of the equivalent of, when you were younger and you saw somebody else playing a game and you couldn't, they couldn't do it. You're like, oh, just give me the controller, I'll do it for you. Now you don't actually have to do that. You can just pick them up and you can carry them past that difficult part, and then you guys can continue on.
Yeah, like the way K-Wing helps me with when I'm playing games.
Does he do that to you, K-Wife? Does he snatch the controller from you?
No comment.
No, wait,
I wasn't asking you, K-Wing. I'm asking K-Wife right now. Does he snatch the controller away from you and try to do things for you?
It's happened both ways. I've snatched it from him, and he snatched it from me.
Really? You're telling me that the real game master has needed some help sometimes?
Only in the farm sims. You know, the farm sims.
But seriously, that game looked awesome. I know which game you're talking about, but it kind of gave me chills when I saw it, because it did remind me. It was like a whole new Mario, like the whole new generation Mario, and
right.
It was awesome. It was like how the original Mario came out. It was like a new Mario. It was awesome.
It's a Super Mario new DS remake.
I know, but it looked awesome. Like, it had a different kind of suit. In each Mario that comes out, there's a different kind of suit. Like, there's a frog suit, right. And there's, this is a new suit, so it means it's new, and it's awesome.
Well, let's just hope it's a little more exciting than the Bumblebee suit, which I was not particularly a huge fan of. I mean, seriously, who was going around saying, oh my gosh, new Bumblebee suit! New Bumblebee suit! Ah!
Yeah, now I remember that. Oh my gosh. That wasn't cool.
Right. Well, we've got a lot of games to talk about, so we got to move on. Let's talk about some of the other games that were announced. Zelda Spirit Tracks, and kind of one of the I guess you could say the hook or the gimmick for this one is that Link has a train this time, which kind of is going into the whole kind of like steampunk kind of thing. And so instead of like in Wind Waker when you had a boat that would carry you everywhere, now you have a train, and you can you can get upgrades for your train and stuff like that. So that's kind of like the big thing with that. What do you guys think of that?
K-Wing?
I loved Phantom Hourglass, but I'm really, really thinking about passing on this Zelda game, which would be a first.
I can't believe you. Can't believe that you're saying that.
Although we
Pass on a Zelda game?
we can rent with Blockbuster and stuff now. You can rent DS games, so I would probably end up renting it.
Why don't you like it?
It just doesn't look like a Zelda game to me. It doesn't. I mean, I hated Wind Waker on the boat because the ocean was so long that the game took forever, and you'd get lost, and it just. I mean, the pirate battles was cool with the cannons and stuff, but they didn't happen like all the time like they talked about like at that E3.
Right.
So I grew to hate the ocean. And if the train is any indication about what the ocean was, then I am not happy. I mean,
well, let's look at it this way. I mean, at least, a train is on a fixed set of tracks, so it's not like, where you would end up in Wind Waker just, kind of going around a square, dropping an anchor, and hoping that you would find something. At least, with a train, you're on a fixed track, so you're not just having to try and explore a bunch of open water or open land. You're, kind of pretty much just going from one place to another, I think.